Oh my gosh, the speed is right. Okay, that makes no sense because when the power went out and my computer was just shut down, when I started it up this morning, my displays weren't extended, like all kinds of crazy little issues I had to work out. And then I go in and my speed is right on the tab I just opened. Ha! That's crazy. I hope you guys got some good storms last night. They were epic. Epic last night. Here we go.
If at all, there's a show that you told the LAPD that you looked at Mr. Simpson for the specific purpose of trying to find out or see whether or not he was sweating.
Sustain or phrase question.
Well, you told the detectives everything you knew and saw, right?
That's correct, and that is not everything I knew and saw is not contained in this handwritten, photocopied document.
Okay, you didn't tell the detective that Mr. Simpson was sweating when you saw him, did you?
Yes, I did.
You did?
No, I'm sorry. I did. I said he wasn't sweating. Is what my statement was.
Okay. Where does this? Well, strike that. You told the detective that Mr. Simpson was not sweating.
I said the wording I used was he looked very calm, cool, and collected. His clothes were very freshly pressed and looked very well kept and entered the flight.
Okay.
I noticed no sweat.
And then you added on at the end, I noticed no sweat.
You probably have the tape recorder statement, so if you want to pull that up, I'm happy to go through it with you. This is not, though, a copy of what I said. This is someone's summary in about a paragraph.
Okay. What tape recorded statement?
I was talking to the police investigator. There was a beeping sound, so something was on tape, I assume.
They
When
mute
you
it.
spoke to the
We're fine.
LAPD on June 16, and when you spoke to Mr. Pavlik on June 17 and also on June 23, 1994, you didn't tell him anything about a garment bag, did you?
Did I tell them anything about a garment bag?
Yeah. Did you tell Mr. Pavlik about seeing the defendant with the garment bag?
We didn't really discuss, how do we say this? We discussed the bag that was in full view. He put a bag originally on the flight.
I'm sorry, but the question is, did you discuss with Mr. Pavlik on June 17 anything about a garment bag?
I think so. I don't remember.
Okay.
It's a year ago.
Is that contained in the statement prepared by the defense investigator dated June 17?
If you want to bring that here, I'll see if it says that. I don't remember. In this statement, it just talks about the.
The question is there anything in the statement about a garment bag?
In this summary that I have before me, it does not mention the garment bag.
And in the June 23 conversation you had with Mr. Pavlik, you didn't mention anything to him about a garment bag, did you?
Again, I believe I did mention it.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you seen Mr. Pavlik's report dated June 23, 1994?
Yes, I saw it. I didn't read it verbatim.
Okay. You saw it when?
The last night, I believe.
And a copy of it?
No, this I haven't seen before.
Is that a single-page document dated June 23, 1994?
Yes, it is.
And does it bear the name William Pavlik at the top?
That's correct.
Is your name on that document?
Yes, it is.
Is there any mention in that document of your having told Mr. Pavlik that day about a garment bag?
Rephrase the question.
Is the term garment bag mentioned in that document?
No.
How about duffel bag?
How about any bag?
Okay. How about the word sweat?
It has not. This document has nothing describing the flight at all.
Okay.
This is something else.
And in fact, that document addresses the fact that he spoke to you on June 17, doesn't it?
Correct.
Okay. Does that document say anything about any amendments to your June 17 statement?
It does not.
Does it clarify at all your June 17 statement?
It does not.
And when you spoke to the LAPD on June 16, you didn't mention anything about garment bags, did you? That's the answer, Your Honor. Did you?
Can you repeat the question?
You didn't mention anything to the LAPD on June 16 about garment bags, did you?
I believe I did when I described when he came on, but wasn't central to the fact that I wasn't bag counting. The bag issue came up relative to what I saw him do with the bag he had available to him.
Mr. Valerie, did you mention anything to the LAPD about garment bags on June 16? Yes or no?
I don't remember.
Is there anything contained in the June 16 LAPD statement, which is before you, that mentions a garment bag?
Sustain.
The first time you mentioned anything about the defendant having sweat or not having any sweat on him was on October 5. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
Well, who did you tell about that? Who did you talk to about the defendant not having any sweat on him? First.
It's to everyone I've spoken to, both the police investigator and Bill Pavlik.
Well, if you told Mr. Pavlik about that, do you know why it's not contained in either of those two defense investigators?
Sustain.
All right, here we go. You ready?
And the answer is
She's free falling, guys. She's free falling. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Zach.
At any event, Mr. Valerie, when you got on the airplane, Mr. Simpson came on after you did. Is that correct?
He came on after me, that's correct.
You paid particular attention to him, right?
I did, yes.
Okay. You looked at his hair, did you?
Sure.
Yes.
I did.
Looked at his face.
Absolutely.
And you paid particular attention to his hair and his face, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Was there something about Mr. Simpson's hair that intrigued you that night?
Overruled. The answer.
No more than anybody else's hair.
Okay. Or everybody else's hair. And you looked at his hand, right?
Later on in the flight, yes.
Okay. Are you a football fan?
Marginally.
You follow football?
Not really.
And why did you look
watch
at?
an occasional game.
Okay. Why did you look at Mr. Simpson's hand later on in the flight?
I was looking specifically for a championship ring.
Did you know at that time that Mr. Simpson has never won an NFL championship?
I did not know at that time.
You testified this morning that at some point during the flight that you turned to your right and put your feet up in the chair.
So it crossed over into the front of the seat next to me.
Okay. And prior to that, you had placed your feet on the footrest.
Well, prior to that was takeoff, and the footrest isn't allowed to be up, so my feet were placed on the floor in front of me.
Did you tell Mr. Pavlik on June 17 that you had turned to your right to look at the defendant during the flight?
Yes.
Is that contained in a statement there dated June 17?
No, it's not.
Overruled.
No, it is not.
And is it contained in that statement dated June 23?
Overruled.
No, it is not.
And is that contained in the report from the LAPD dated June 16, 1994?
No, it is not.
And you did speak to Detective Crotsley from the LAPD on October 5, 1994. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you saw that report over lunch today?
Yeah, that's correct.
It's not contained in that report either, is it?
Again, I didn't read it in full detail. It didn't appear to be.
So was today the first time that you've ever told anyone, Mr. Valerie, that you turned to your right to face the defendant during the flight?
No, it is not.
You told us this morning that you remained awake on the airplane for approximately 1 hour. Is that correct?
That's an estimate. I'd say between, it could have even been a little bit longer than that. And I woke up also later, once or twice during the flight.
So the only opportunity you had to see and view the defendant during the flight was during that first hour. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Overruled.
But you told Mr. Pavlik on June 17 that you looked at Mr. Simpson throughout the flight. Is that correct?
Again, the exact wording, I don't particularly remember.
Refresh your recollection and look at Mr. Pavlik's statement dated June 17.
No, because that is only a summary, like I've said throughout this. This is not any quotes of what I've said here.
Well, direct your attention to paragraph 3 of that statement dated June 17. Doesn't that statement indicate, or rather state, that you watched Mr. Simpson throughout the flight?
Overruled.
Mr. Valerie.
The word used here was Mr. Simpson. Mr. Valerie stated that he looked at Mr. Simpson throughout the flight because of his prominence. What that statement probably represents is the fact that throughout the flight, during the periodic periods when I woke up, I looked over and viewed him. If that's not what's communicated there, that's what indeed was meant by that.
The statement doesn't indicate that you looked at Mr. Simpson periodically during the flight, does it?
Does not.
The statement says, quote, Mr. Valerie stated that he looked at Mr. Simpson throughout the flight because of his prominence, unquote. Is that correct?
Overruled.
Is that correct?
The quote you're citing is from that document. That is not a quote that's attributable to me. That is a summary.
And you told us this morning that during that 1 hour period that you saw the defendant reading something?
That is correct.
Okay. And did you watch the defendant read throughout the entire flight?
In the moments that I watched him, I viewed him reading the document.
You just read this June 17 statement again, right? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
And would you agree that this statement is inconsistent with what you've just told us here in court?
Sustained. Phrase the question.
Mr. Valerie, doesn't the statement state at paragraph 4, quote, Mr. Valerie stated that throughout the flight, Mr. Simpson was reading documents, which he removed from a black duffel bag, unquote. Did I read that accurately?
Yes, I guess you did.
Was the defendant reading during that entire flight, Mr. Valerie?
I can only attest to what I viewed during the flight and during my observations of him, other than the moment I saw him before takeoff and upon landing. My views of him were reading the document. At least he was looking at it. I didn't notice if he was reading. I mean, I don't really know if he was reading or not, right?
Well, this morning you testified that he was reading.
Sustained.
What did you testify this morning, sir, that he was reading?
His pose appeared to be reading, and that's what I would be doing if I were looking at a document.
And you told us this morning that you couldn't tell exactly what the document was. Is that correct?
In terms of the subject of the document,
In terms of the identification.
I think I described it in pretty good detail.
Okay.
Other than the subject of the document, I described what I saw.
But what was the subject of the document?
I don't know.
Didn't you tell Mr. Pavlik that the document was a movie script?
I said it was double-spaced, typed on white 8.5 by 11 paper, and the documents I've seen that are double-spaced like that appear to be, I actually said a legal document, okay? And he said, or potentially it could have been a script. I said, yeah, or something like that.
So you told Mr. Pavlik that the defendant was reading a movie script?
No, I did not. And he interjected that. Could it have been a movie script? I said, yes, it was some document. All I described and attested to was the fact that it was a double-spaced, typed document on 8.5 by 11 loose-leaf paper.
Well, doesn't this statement dated June 17, 1994 state, Mr. Valerie opined that O.J. was reading a movie script?
That
I'm sorry?
Is that the complete statement in the
Okay. The statement states, Your Honor, quote, Mr. Valerie opined that O.J. was reading a movie script, ... and he could see that the document was written in a double-spaced format, unquote. Is that what the statement says?
That's what the statement says, and that is inconsistent with what I said.
Well, did you read a portion of that document? Did you yourself read a portion of the document you say that Mr. Simpson...
No, I could not read the document or its subject content.
Were you close enough to read it?
No, I was close enough to describe what I've described to you.
Now, you were seated on one side of the plane, and Mr. Simpson was seated on the other side. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And after the plane took off, did the pilot lower the cabin lights?
The main cabin lights, that's correct.
Okay. And the first-class area, first-class passenger area was relatively dark or dim?
Other than Mr. Simpson's light illuminating him and his seat.
Okay. But you weren't close enough to read the document. Okay.
Sustained.
Well, thank you, Your Honor. During your June 16, 1994 interview with Detective Kilcoyne, didn't you tell him that you were close enough to read Simpson's script or contract, which he read throughout the trip?
No, I did not.
Showing you again is June 16, 1994, handwritten LAPD report. Is that indicated in the report? The report is down at the bottom of the page.
It's stated he was close enough to read Simpson's script or contract. That's what is worded here. What is implied is that I was able to make out that it was some kind of document, script, or contract. And if that's not what is understood from this secondhand document, I'll make it clear that that's what is my testimony.
By the way, is there anything in either of the three documents that I've handed you, the June 23 and June 17 documents from William Pavlik, the defense investigator, the LAPD report by Detective Kilcoyne, is there anything in those documents that indicates that they are summaries of conversations that those persons had with you?
Oral. You can answer the question.
Not that I see here, no.
Okay. Now, you were kept in a room upstairs on the 19th floor, is that right? Today?
When?
Today.
No, I went up there and just had something to
I'll
eat.
be right back,
I've been
guys.
Down here in
Be
the
good.
hallway.
They have food up there?
They do.
And were you in that room along with Michael Gladden?
I don't know. I don't know who Michael Gladden is.
Were you in that room with other persons who have testified today for the defense and who are waiting to testify?
Other than Howard Bingham, who I recognized from the flight, and also the gentleman who sat behind me, Gary Adelson, is up there. I don't know him. I recognize those two, but I don't know them, and they were up in the room. In fact, they were up in another room. I didn't sit with them. I sat and had something to eat and a cup of coffee out in a common area table.
The shoes that you saw Mr. Simpson wearing that night, they weren't boots, were they?
No.
And they weren't tan in color, were they?
No, they were not.
By the way, did you ever have a discussion with Mr. Gladden, with Michael Gladden, regarding his description of the shoes the defendant wore that night?
As I just stated before, I don't know who Michael Gladden is.
The shoes you saw the defendant wearing that night were loafers, weren't they?
That is correct.
And they were black, weren't they?
My recollection is black or dark blue.
And when you testified this morning, you said that those black or dark blue loafers were European. Is that correct?
I said they appeared European.
But when you spoke to Detective Crotsley on October 5, 1994, you said that those black or blue loafers were Italian loafers, didn't you?
Italian style, that's correct. That's the word I used back then.
But for some reason that today you used the word European as opposed to Italian?
Just trying to be more precise to help you out.
Well, you mean to help Johnny and Carl out, don't you?
Sustained.
I didn't get a good chance
Hold on. There's no question pending.
Did you have a good opportunity to see the shoes the defendant wore that night?
Can you repeat the question?
I said, were you given a fair opportunity to see the shoes that the defendant wore that night?
Yeah, quite a good amount, yes.
Did you look at the defendant's shoes as carefully as you looked at his face and his hair and his clothing?
Yes,
You looked at his feet?
I did.
You paid particular attention to the defendant's feet?
Yes, I did.
Why did you do that?
Because I noticed the shoes, and I noticed he wasn't wearing socks with the shoes. And that's what my recollection of that evening was. It was just an observation along with all the other observations I made.
I'm sorry, did you say the defendant wasn't wearing socks?
That's correct.
How do you know that?
Because my eyesight is good and with corrected vision, and as I know you're wearing a blue suit, he was wearing no socks.
Did you think that was odd or unusual?
Absolutely not. It fit the decor of what he was wearing.
Well, if you didn't consider that odd or unusual, why then did you pay attention to that fact?
As I paid attention to everything else that evening.
I assume that you approved of the clothing the defendant wore. I mean,
Sustained, it is.
I'm sorry, what kind of pants did you say the defendant was wearing?
Cotton pants. Not denim, brushed cotton or something. I'm not specific on the apparel terminology.
Oh, the pants weren't denim?
No, that's actually not jeans anyway.
They weren't jeans?
They were not jeans.
They weren't Levi's?
Levi's is a brand. I don't know what brand they were.
You told us this morning that that the defendant was given some water by the flight attendant. Is that correct?
Had ice in it.
I'm sorry?
Had some ice in it.
You saw the defendant, I'm sorry, you saw the flight attendant retrieve some water and bring it to the defendant?
That's correct.
Okay, and when was that exactly?
My recollection of that was actually right before takeoff. But like I said, I worded it recollection because it could have been right after takeoff. The timing of that I don't really know, but I did notice he had a water certainly within the first 15 minutes of that flight.
And when you saw the flight attendant bring the defendant some water, did she bring him that water in a cup or a glass?
It was a small, clear plastic cup.
And after the flight attendant brought the defendant that water in that clear plastic cup, did you see her return with a bottle of water?
No, I did not. Or I didn't notice it.
You didn't notice that?
No, she also served me a drink, so I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to who was ordering what drink after flight.
Didn't you see the flight attendant bring Mr. Simpson water on 3 or 4 occasions?
I didn't witness 3 or 4 occasions. No.
Do you recall the flight attendant's name?
No.
Did she tell you her name?
I've never met her, other than that flight, but I know I've never seen her. I don't know her name. I wouldn't even be able to pick her out.
And then again, you slept most of the flight, is that correct?
Of the 3.5-hour flight, I slept probably about, I would say 2 hours, maximum 2.5 hours. But not in a consistent sleep. It was on and off.
And during those moments that you were awake, which must have been, what, an hour to hour and a half?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Were you looking at the defendant throughout that hour or 1.5 hour period?
My most intense observations of Mr. Simpson were in the first hour. After that, I mean, things really didn't change much from my perspective, in that I saw what he looked like, saw what he wore, and made the observations that I've stated to you and the police investigators.
Okay. So your observations we'll strike that. You would describe your observations of the defendant as intense observations, is that right?
As what type of observation?
Intense.
Intense.
Yes.
Relative to how I may observe some other not as famous individual, I'd say yes.
Okay. Now, did you see the defendant go to the restroom?
I only saw him go once.
Okay. You didn't see the defendant go to the restroom 4 or 5 times during the flight?
Overruled.
I did not see him. I saw him once get up to go to the bathroom.
Did you ever see the defendant retrieve a pair of socks and put them on?
No, I did not.
Okay. Did you ever see him change his clothes at all?
No, I did not.
Did you ever see the defendant change from tan boots to black or blue Italian loafers?
No, I did not.
Has anyone shown you a pair of Italian loafers?
No, they have not.
Mr. Cochran and Mr. Douglas didn't show you a pair?
They did not.
When you went to sleep, Mr. Simpson was still awake, is that correct?
That is correct.
And when you woke up, Mr. Simpson was still awake, is that correct?
That's correct.
And what time did that plane land in Chicago, Pacific time?
Again, I've been told 4:35. I don't recall exactly. And 4:35, I guess that would be Chicago time. But again, I wasn't paying particular attention to the time at that point.
And Chicago is 2 hours ahead of us here in Los Angeles.
Still is. Thank you, Mr. Jordan.
With regard to not wearing socks, you went to UCLA for how long? A couple of years?
2 years business school.
It's fairly common to see people who hang out on the west side wear casual clothes with no socks on and loafers.
Fairly common, yes.
See that a lot at UCLA, don't you? In Westwood.
You see it generally, I think, all over the area.
Not only in California and other states also.
I guess it depends on the weather. It was summertime. It was warm.
Now, you have talked to either defense investigators or the police on at least 4 occasions that you've been asked about here today. Is that correct?
Yes, two police investigators and twice with Mr. Pavlik.
And let's I want to make sure of the chronology. As I understand it, the first authorities that you spoke to in this case were to the LAPD, Detective Kilcoyne, before you ever talked to any defense investigators. Isn't that right?
That actually is not correct.
Okay, who'd you talk to first, as far as authority?
I phoned up the very next, it would have been Tuesday morning, Washington, D.C. time, probably about 7 a.m., so it would have been placed at 4 a.m. or so in Los Angeles. I phoned up to let someone know at the LAPD that I indeed sat next to Mr. Simpson that flight and that he was in Chicago, to let them know that. I wasn't where I was living, didn't have a TV, I didn't have a lot of access to information, just heard the news secondhand and made that phone call.
Sorry.
Yeah, the person who answered the phone said, you know, I should call back at another time, that no one really was around to take the information. There was no investigator, and gave me a number to call back. So that was my first contact.
So the first call was then on the 14th, is that right? Or was that the 13th?
Tuesday, whatever that Tuesday was.
All right, that Tuesday will be the 14th, okay. And what you were doing, you were calling the police to try and assist them in case they didn't know where Mr. Simpson was, is that right?
That's correct.
It is.
Oh, but, all right,
It is.
I'll ask another way. You're right. Why were you calling the police on Tuesday the 14th?
To forward information to the fact that I was with Mr. Simpson on a flight and give them that information.
All right, and then thereafter, you had occasion to speak to a police officer by the name of Kilcoyne, and that was on the 16th, is that correct?
That is correct. And
And-
I phoned him.
You called him also, right? And
Yes.
as I understand it, the statement that you gave Detective Kilcoyne, and may I approach with all these statements?
Yes.
Sure, correct. No, I can approach. With regard to these statements, and we'll do this quickly, Your Honor. With regard to Detective Kilcoyne, you gave this statement on or about June 16th, 1994. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And in all the statements that you've given in this case, have you been consistent with what you've told this jury here today?
That is correct. I've been
And-
very consistent.
All right. And with regard, sir, to the statement written up by Kilcoyne, this was a telephonic interview. Is that correct?
That is correct.
He didn't send you a copy of the statement, did he?
No, he did not.
And is this statement that counsel's been referring to, the June 16th statement, is that a complete and verbatim transcript of what you said to him at that time?
No, it is definitely not.
All right. And when you talked with Mr. Pavlik on June 17th, the second statement, which is kind of in letter form, is that statement a correct and verbatim copy of what you said to Mr. Pavlik at that time?
No, it is not. It is a summary.
All right. These are summaries, both are summaries. And then counsel was referring to a statement of June 23rd, 94, which, what is that? Why don't you look at it and see what that is? Is that a statement at all, or what is that?
It refers to the second conversation I had when the press found out who I was, and I wanted to ask to see if I was breaking any rules of the court or any other laws by making a statement to the press. It was in particular relation to what had been publicly broadcast about the flight attendant saying he had his hand in his bag.
Sustained.
At any rate, this is-
Excuse me. Juries to disregard that comment. That last comment.
Okay. With regard to this June 23rd statement, it's addressed to somebody named Bonnie, isn't it?
That is correct, Bonnie Barron.
It's not even addressed to you, is it?
Nope.
All right. Now, In fact, on that statement, at the top part, it says from to subject date. You didn't even mention at the top, are you?
No, I'm only mentioned in the text.
All right. And again, that is basically a letter to Bonnie, right?
That is correct.
Now, the final statement from Detective Crotsley, taken from you on October 5th, 1994. Look at that statement and see whether or not that's a verbatim statement of what you said to Detective Crotsley.
I spoke with Detective Crotsley probably 35 or 40 minutes, and this has probably about 40 total words in this thing. So I'd be speaking very slow if this were the verbatim document.
So that's not the whole, that's a summary again, is that right?
Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned that you had some concern about violating the court's rules. Have you been offered money to testify in this case?
Yes, I have, on a number of occasions.
On how many occasions have you been offered money?
3 specific times.
And how much, by whom were you offered money the first time?
By whom?
Yes, which
Individual
which-
or company?
which
or
company?
Television show? I don't remember the order. The 3 companies were Current Affair, Hard Copy, and Inside Edition.
Let's take them in reverse.
Alphabetical order.
Yes, I was going to say in order of their terribleness, but I won't say that. Let's take them in, as the court says, in alphabetical order. And I guess that would be Current Affair.
Current Affair, $10,000.
And let's see. The next one will be Hard Copy. How much do they offer you?
$6,000.
The last would be is an Inside Edition.
That's correct.
How much do they offer?
$3,000.
Did you take any money from any of those people at all?
I did not.
You did not sold your story at all in this case. Is that correct, sir?
I did not.
And why didn't you sell your story in this case?
I didn't feel it was appropriate in that I expected I might be a witness in this case, and didn't think it's very good to compromise the story. Someone might think that you tainted the story to get a sum of money.
Have you come here and told us the truth today?
Yes, I have.
Thank you very kindly for coming.
Mr. Darden, anything further?
No question, Your Honor. Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Valerie, thank you very much, sir. You're excused.
This call James Merrill, stand.
All right, Mr. Merrill. Would you come forward, please? Stand over next to Mr. Douglas. Please face Mrs. Robertson, the clerk.
Stand, please. You do solemnly swear that the testimony you may give in the cause not pleading before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please have a seat and witness stand and state your first and last names for the record.
Jim Merrill.
May we have the spelling, please?
Jim, J-I-M, Merrill, M-E-R-R-I-L-L.
Thank you.
Mr. Merrill, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, what is your occupation?
Work for the Hertz Corporation.
And, sir, how long have you worked for Hertz?
Just under 2 years.
What do you do for Hertz, sir?
I am in the corporate sales department, sales representative.
Excuse me, Mr. Merrill, would you pull the microphone a little close to you there?
Sure.
Thank you. Mr. Douglas.
Thank you, Your Honor. And, Mr. Merrill, is it the practice of Hertz Corporation to hold a function each year?
Yes, it is.
What sort of function is that?
We like to have golf outings once a year.
Was such a function held this year?
Yes, it was.
When was that?
That was this prior Monday. That's where I got the sunburn.
Was that golf tournament held last year?
Yes, it was.
What was the date of the tournament?
June 13th.
At the golf tournament, what sorts of people does Hertz introduce or bring forward?
Typically, what we'd like to do is bring a celebrity to help entertain the clients that we do have in town for the golf outing.
And what sorts of clients come for the festival?
People who have a purchasing decision within the companies that we do business with.
What role, sir, did you play last year with that golf tournament?
Last year, I was asked to pick up Mr. Simpson at the airport when he flew in that morning.
When did you first learn, sir, that Mr. Simpson would be coming to Chicago?
Approximately a month before he came into town.
And, sir, what sort of arrangements did you make to pick him up?
I personally didn't make the arrangements. Those were made by Casey Thomasine back at my office.
Did there come a time, sir, when you were involved with actually picking him up?
Yes, there was.
What was occurring in that regard?
I was to pick up a Lincoln Town car in the morning and go over to the airport and pick him up at the gate.
And did you do so?
Yes, I did.
Were you with anyone?
Yes, I was.
Whom else were you with?
Bombay Shaw.
And what role did you play in that process, and what role did Mr. Shaw play?
My role was to meet Mr. Simpson at the gate and escort him to the car and then to the hotel. Mr. Shaw's role was to watch my car as I was meeting Mr. Simpson at the gate.
And what time, sir, did the flight come in?
Flight came in at 5:34
At Chicago time?
at Chicago time.
And did you go to the gate?
Yes, I did.
Did you have occasion to meet Mr. Simpson?
Yes, I did.
Can you describe for me his demeanor when he came off of the airplane?
Very relaxed. Looked a little tired, happy, friendly, cordial.
Was he carrying any luggage?
Yes, he was.
How many pieces?
He had 2 pieces.
Can you describe the 2 pieces for me, please?
He had a black garment bag and a black duffel bag.
Mr. Merrill, looking first at a document, at a bag that's Exhibit 1065. Do you recognize this, sir?
Yes, I do.
And how do you recognize it?
The initials on the front of the bag.
The OJS?
The OJS.
And
Correct.
does that appear to be similar to the garment bag that you saw him with on that day?
Yes.
Looking at what is marked as Exhibit 1064, do you recognize that, sir?
Yes, I do.
And what is that?
That is a black duffel bag?
And does it appear to be consistent with the bag that you saw him carrying that day?
Yes, it does.
When you first met Mr. Simpson, did you shake his hand?
Yes.
And what did you and he then do?
At that point, we proceeded down to the baggage claim area.
When you got to the baggage claim area, what did you do there?
There we sat down on a bench, conversed, and waited for the bags to arrive.
While you were waiting for the bags to arrive, did anything happen?
Yes. Many people were coming out of coming down the hallway which we were in, and conversing with Mr. Simpson, shaking hands, asking for autographs.
You saw people coming down and introducing themselves to Mr. Simpson?
Yes.
You say they were shaking his hands?
Yes.
They were asking for autographs?
Yes.
Was he complying?
Yes, he was.
What was his demeanor when he was doing that?
Again, very cordial, happy.
Would you estimate the number of people who came and interacted with Mr. Simpson that morning while waiting for the luggage?
A good estimate would be 15 to 20.
And you were nearby while he interacted with all of them?
I was right next to him.
Was there anything unusual about the manner in which he interacted with those people?
None.
Did there come a time, sir, when Mr. Simpson's bags arrived on the baggage carousel?
Yes.
And what happened then?
Mr. Simpson stood up to go get his golf bag, and I grabbed the garment bag and the duffel bag and followed him.
And where did he place the withdrawn? Was Mr. Shaw in a car waiting somewhere close by?
Yes, he was.
And what occurred then?
Well, he picked up his bag from the carousel. We proceeded out the door into the car, where Mr. Shaw was waiting.
And what, if anything, happened to the golf bag?
The golf bag was placed in the back of the town car.
And what, if anything, happened to the other bags?
The other bags were placed in the back seat of the town car.
Did Mr. Shaw go with you on your travel, leaving the airport?
No, he did not.
What did he do?
Mr. Shaw took the Hertz bus back to the Hertz operations.
Did you then drive Mr. Simpson?
Excuse me?
Did you then drive Mr. Simpson?
Yes, I did.
And where was he seated?
Mr. Simpson was seated to my right in the front seat.
Now, did O'Hare make arrangements for the lodging of guests who were attending the golf festival on June the 13th?
Yes.
And what hotel was Mr. Simpson scheduled to stay at?
It was Howard Johnson O'Hare Plaza Hotel.
And how far of a distance was the hotel from the airport?
Not far, within 5 miles.
What was the driving time on that morning?
Approximately, I would say 7 to 10 minutes.
While you and he were driving in your car, did he ever have occasion to ask you to put on the news?
No, he did not.
Were you listening to anything on the radio?
I had a radio station on. I don't recall what it was. It was a music station.
During the course of you and he driving together to the to the hotel, what did you and he do?
Oh, we were talking about how bad the weather was. It was raining, and we were concerned about the fact that we may not be able to play golf that afternoon. We discussed.
Sustained.
Did you and he discuss arrangements for his travel to the actual tournament later that morning?
Yes, we did.
Was there a discussion as to what would be done with the golf bag that was then in the trunk?
No, there was not.
Upon arriving at the airport, I'm sorry, at the hotel, what happened then?
When we pulled up to the hotel, I parked the car in front. We exited the car, and Mr. Simpson took his bags, this bag and the duffel bag, and the golf club stayed in the trunk. We entered the hotel and went up to the reception desk, and
If he was coming for the golf tournament, why were the golf clubs remaining in the trunk of your car with his checking into the hotel?
because we were going to be getting together to play golf later that morning.
Were you going to be taking him from the hotel to the golf tournament?
Yes.
Did he express any hesitance with leaving the golf clubs inside your trunk when you drove away?
None. No.
Did he suggest that you should not open the trunk or go into the bag?
No.
Objection, that's hearsay.
Answer stricken. Jurors to disregard.
What happened when you walked into the hotel?
We walked up to the reception area, or the front desk, and Mr. Simpson was being checked in, and there was a couple of people that also asked for autographs, if I remember correctly.
And did he comply?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
What happened next?
After that, I wrote down my cellular number and my home phone number on my business card, handed it to Mr. Simpson. We both talked about how we were hoping that the weather would become nicer, and walked him to the elevator, shook hands, and discussed about getting back together later that morning.
Did you see Mr. Simpson any more that day after he got into the elevator?
No, I did not.
Now, you had a chance to see Mr. Simpson when he first came off of the airplane.
Yes.
You had a chance to see him for the time while you waited for the bags to come.
Yes.
About how much time did it take for the bags to come, did you say?
Approximately 10 minutes.
You had a chance to see Mr. Simpson while you and he were inside your car traveling to his hotel.
Yes.
You had a chance to see Mr. Simpson while he interacted with...
Objection, this is all leading, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Did you have a chance to see Mr. Simpson as he interacted with the guests at the hotel?
Yes, I did.
During the entire time that you interacted with Mr. Simpson that morning, did you notice anything unusual about his hands?
No, I did not.
Did you notice any cuts on the middle finger of his left hand?
No.
I want to show you a photograph that is People's Exhibit 123, and you can look on the monitor to your right.
Sorry, I don't hear you.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection.
What's the objection?
This photograph is irrelevant for the time frame posed.
Which exhibit is this?
123, Your Honor.
Photograph taken June 13th in the afternoon.
Mr. Merrill?
Looking at the picture that is Exhibit 123 shown on the monitor there, do you see what appears to be some sort of mark on Mr. Simpson's finger?
Yes.
During the time that you saw Mr. Simpson when he came off of the airplane, at baggage claim, and in the car, and in the hotel, did you have occasion to see such a mark on his finger?
No.
Yeah. Thank you. When Mr. Simpson picked up his bags, you say that he personally picked up a golf bag.
Yes.
You picked up the garment bag and the duffel bag.
Yes.
Do you have occasion to recall whether or not there was another garment bag, like a Louis Vuitton bag?
I don't recall.
There could have been, but you didn't notice?
I didn't notice, no.
After seeing Mr. Simpson into the elevator at the hotel, did you have occasion to talk with him again?
Yes.
And approximately what time that morning did you talk to him again?
8:25.
And how did he contact you?
He contacted me by my cellular phone.
Now, have you been kind enough to bring your cellular phone records with you from Chicago?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd like to have marked as the defendant's next in order a 2-page document from Cellular 1.
1246.
I've shown it to counsel. Looking at Exhibit
1246.
1246. Do you recognize that exhibit, sir?
Yes, I do.
And what is that exhibit?
That's my Cellular One phone bill
And for what dates are shown?
from June 9th through June 22nd.
And do you see on there any notations for incoming calls that may have been received on June the 13th?
Yes,
And what is the time of the first incoming call?
8:25 a.m.
Now, did you receive any phone calls on your cellular phone that morning before the call to Mr. Simpson?
No,
When Mr. Simpson called you at 8:25, can you say something about what his demeanor was?
he was very desperate. He sounded very upset, confused, very frantic.
And did he have any request of you?
Oh, yeah, he wanted me to come pick him up as quickly as I could.
Now, sir, just so that we have some time frame in mind, how much time had passed between your seeing him in the elevator and your receiving the call?
Approximately 2 hours,
How long did that first telephone call last?
about 15 seconds.
And was there an occasion for him to call you again?
Yes, there was.
How much time passed between the first time that he called and the second time?
7 minutes.
7 minutes?
7 minutes.
And, sir, what occurred during the second phone call?
He was asking me where I was.
Objection, hearsay.
Subsequent conduct, Your Honor, only, not for the truth.
Your Honor,
No, that's asking where you were doesn't do that. Sustain. Jury's to disregard.
How far away from the Chicago Plaza Hotel were you when you received the first call?
About 20 to 25 miles.
And between how much driving time was that?
Depending on traffic, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour.
And between the first call that you received and the second call, had you made arrangements to return to the hotel?
Yes, I was in my car.
How long did the conversation last for the second call?
Again, it was very quick, probably less than 30 seconds.
And can you describe his demeanor then?
Yes, again, it was very, very hurried, very frantic, confused, desperate.
Did there come a time that he called you a third time?
Yes,
And what time was that third call?
2 minutes later.
And what was his demeanor during the third call?
Well, the third call was probably the most desperate.
How so?
Well, I was at this point I was very concerned. I had no idea what had happened. So I asked the question, what had happened? I told him I was very concerned. He, at that point,
Hold on there. Next question.
When he was talking to you, did you notice anything different in his voice?
yes,
What did you notice?
it was cracking. He sounded like he was crying.
And how long did the third telephone call last?
The third phone call lasted approximately a minute.
I'd like to show you what has previously been marked as Exhibit 490, which is a telephone record from Mr. Simpson's hotel room at the O'Hare Plaza Hotel. And looking at that document, do you see on there the phone number of the cellular phone that you were carrying with you that morning?
Yes, I do.
And how many times do you see your phone number listed there?
3 times.
Did there come a time when you arrived at the Plaza Hotel?
Yes,
And before I ask you that, how much time elapsed between Mr. Simpson's first call to you and the third call to you?
approximately 20 minutes.
Can you check your records to verify?
Sure. Between the first call and the third call,
Correct.
9 minutes.
So he called you 3 times in 9 minutes,
That's correct.
and the third call you said he thought he was crying.
Yes.
What'd you do when you reached the hotel?
When I reached the hotel, again, I parked the car up front. I ran inside to try to locate Mr. Simpson.
And was he inside?
No, he was not.
Without saying what occurred, did you speak with someone at the hotel about where he might have been?
Yes, I did.
After that conversation, did you attempt to look for him outside?
Yes,
Did you find out that he was there?
he was not outside.
Did you have a conversation with someone associated with Hertz about
Yes.
his whereabouts?
Yes, I did.
Who is that person?
John Johnson.
Without telling us what he said, what'd you do after that conversation?
I hopped in the car and sped to O'Hare to try to put the clubs on the flight.
So you tried to catch his flight at the airport for the golf clubs?
Yes, I did.
There came a time, I imagine, when you reached the airport.
Yes.
And did you attempt to put the golf clubs on the flight that he was taking back to Los Angeles?
Yes.
Were you successful in putting the clubs on that flight?
No.
Did the clubs have to go on a different flight
Yes.
to Los Angeles?
Yes.
Did there come a time when you spoke with him again about the clubs?
Yes.
Mr. Simpson, I'm asking.
Mr. Simpson, yes.
And what day was that?
That was the following day, Tuesday.
Do you know the approximate time?
Approximately 11 in the morning.
Did you call him or did he call you?
He called me.
And during that conversation, did you give him the claim check for the bags, the claim check number for the bags to pick up in Los Angeles?
Yes.
Did you speak with him any more after that conversation?
After that conversation, no.
Now, Mr. Merrill, you are testifying here because you've been served with a subpoena?
Yes.
And how'd you travel out here?
Traveled by plane.
And were your flight arrangements made by the defense?
Yes.
And have you been staying in a local hotel while in Los Angeles?
Yes.
And have those arrangements been made for you by the defense?
Yes.
When Mr. Simpson called you on June the 14th, did he call to thank you?
Objection, hearsay.
Sustained.
When he called you on June the 13th, there were other things that he spoke to you about other than the golf clubs.
Yes.
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
Now, he had been scheduled to play in a golf tournament that day, correct?
On Monday.
The earlier day.
Right.
And because of the emergency, he was unable to play.
Yes.
And you had been the Hertz contact person concerning making arrangements for the golf tournament.
As far as OJ was concerned, yes.
Correct. So when he called you, did he talk to you about the tournament?
Objection, hearsay.
Sustained.
One more, Turner. Mr. Merrill, did there come a time on June the 16th of 1994 when you gave a statement to police officers concerning your observations?
Yes.
And was that about 5:30 in the evening?
Approximately.
And did there come a time on June 23rd that you spoke with an investigator for the defense?
Yes.
And who was that person?
Pat McKenna?
Have you had occasion to speak with Mr. McKenna since then?
Yes.
On approximately how many times?
Oh, approximately half a dozen times.
Did some of those conversations involve arrangements for your travel to testify?
Yes.
Did some of those conversations involve arrangements for your travel to testify if needed at a preliminary hearing?
Objection, this is all hearsay. Leave.
Sustained.
Was there an occasion when you met with lawyers representing Mr. Simpson?
Yes.
When was that? When was that?
Approximately 2.5 months ago.
And with whom did you meet?
Mr. Bailey?
Have you and I spoken before today?
Yes, we have.
When was the first time?
The first time was last week. I'm going to
Yo, can you believe my timing today? Can you believe this? I don't even know what's going on with this playlist. It's never done this before. How about that timing today, though?
Let's take our break at this point.
We're taking a break.
All right, Mr. Merrill, you can step down. You're ordered to come back in 15 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our mid-afternoon recess.
Hi, guys.
Remember all my admonitions to you. We'll stand in recess for 15 minutes.
That never happens
behind
to
my shoulder.
me.
Behind my back.
Yes.
Arm and back. Thank you. Now, at the time that you saw him carrying this, sir, was it empty like this?
No.
Appeared to be full?
Yes, it appeared to have one suit in it.
Could you tell if it had one or two suits in it?
Hard to tell.
And with respect to this duffel bag, was it empty like it is now?
No.
Appeared to be full?
Yes.
Was there any other bag that he was carrying, sir?
Those were the only two that he had with him when he got off the plane, that I recall.
When he came towards you after he got off the flight, you met him at the gate, correct?
I met him as he exited the plane.
Okay, you watched him walk toward you?
Yes.
Did he appear to limp?
Not that I noticed. I noticed that he had a little bow-legged, but that's about it.
Okay, I mean, I'm not talking about the shape of his legs,
Right.
I'm just saying the manner in which he walked.
No, I didn't notice the limp.
Did he appear to be grimacing in pain as he carried the garment bag over his right shoulder and the duffel bag in his left hand?
Not that I remember, no.
When you first met with him, you shook hands, correct?
Yes.
Shook his right hand,
Shook his right hand.
and his left hand was gripping the duffel bag.
Right. Right. He put the garment bag into his left hand.
Okay. So you could not see his left hand as it was obscured carrying the duffel bag.
At that point, yes.
And then you went over to the baggage claim area, correct?
Correct.
You sat next to each other?
Yes.
What side of him did you sit on, if you
I sat
recall?
on his left side.
Okay. And when you were sitting on his left side, you were speaking to him and you were looking at him, is that correct?
That's correct.
Were you looking down to look at what his left hand was doing?
No, I wasn't focusing on the left hand. No.
Okay. And people came over to ask for his autograph, correct?
Correct.
And he signed with what hand?
With his right hand. If I remember correct.
Now, he interacted with each of those people that asked for his autograph?
Yes, he did.
How long did he interact with each of those people?
Oh, maybe 30 seconds each.
Right. Just long enough to say, hi, sign.
Right. How are you? There was a few people that lingered longer, but that's about it.
And during that time, sir, you were in an airport, correct?
That's correct.
Lots of people around.
Actually, I've never seen O'Hare as unfull as I did at that point. It was
Okay.
awful early.
But you said 15 to 20 people came up to him.
Yes.
Okay. So there were at least 15 or 20 people around.
Oh, yeah.
Were there more than that around?
Yes.
Can you estimate for us how many people were around?
In the baggage claim area itself, oh boy, maybe 75, 100.
Okay.
It's a guesstimate.
So 75 to 100 people were around at the time, correct?
Correct.
He's a celebrity, isn't that right?
Yes,
And he was a spokesperson for Hearst Corporation, correct?
that's correct.
And he's one of the celebrities that you advertise as being in the golf tournament. It's a draw for your company, isn't
That's
it?
right.
And spokespeople are paid to be affable and charming and look good, present a good public image on behalf of Hearst, aren't they?
Yes,
That's his job, correct?
correct.
And if he didn't do that, he wouldn't be very good, would he?
Sustained.
Now, when you were at the baggage claim area, you sat there for, you said, about 10 minutes?
Approximately, yes.
And during that time, people were coming up, asking for autographs, et cetera, correct?
Correct.
And basically, were they coming up and doing that for the entire 10 minutes that you were with him?
Yeah, basically from the point we sat down.
Okay, so you really didn't have any time alone with him. Is that a fair statement?
Not at that point, no.
Now, when the baggage arrived on the carousel, what was it that he picked up from that area?
He walked over and picked up the golf bag.
And was that the only item that came?
That was the only item I saw. I was carrying his other bags. I just noticed the big black golf bag.
And when you say that you were carrying the other bags, what other bags were you carrying?
I was carrying the garment bag and the duffel bag.
Okay, when you say the garment bag, you refer to people, Defense 1065, the one I just showed you, the black garment bag,
Correct.
and the duffel bag, the black one I just showed you, Defense 1064.
Correct.
You did not see any small, dark knapsack type bag?
I did not.
And you said that the defendant picked up the golf club, sir?
Yes.
He didn't ask you to do it?
No.
You ever picked up golf clubs before, sir?
Many times.
You play golf?
Yes, I did. Not very good, but I play.
Pardon?
Not very good, but I play.
All right, I'd like for you to pick up this golf club for me. Tell us how heavy that is.
Let's say 25, 30 pounds, maybe more.
Can you pick it up? Can you tell us how the defendant carried it on June the 13th, 1994?
He put it on his back and carried it out the door.
He had that strap over his shoulder?
Yes.
Now that particular bag, sir, it's been marked, hasn't it?
Yes, this is the Swiss Army brand,
That's 1063?
1063.
Of the three bags that you described, that golf bag there, sir, and the garment bag, 1065, and the duffel bag, 1064, which one was the heaviest?
I would say the duffel bag.
The duffel bag was the heaviest?
Best of my memory. The heaviest of three bags?
Yes.
Oh, well, the golf bag.
Okay. So the defendant carried the heaviest bag, is that right?
That's correct.
And when he carried that bag, he carried it out to your car?
Yes.
How far was your car from where he picked up the golf bag at the carousel?
Oh, I would say 75 to 100 feet.
75 to 100 feet he carried that golf bag?
Yes.
Did he limp during the carrying of that golf bag?
Not that I noticed, no.
Did he complain about pain in his arms or his shoulder as he carried that golf bag 75 to 100 feet?
No.
And did he put that golf bag into the trunk of the car?
He handed it to Bombay, who helped him put it in the trunk.
So there was someone standing by there ready to load up the luggage into the trunk?
Correct.
But the defendant carried that golf bag by himself without asking for your assistance?
That's correct.
And he gave you the lighter bags to carry, correct?
He didn't give them to me. I picked them up as he walked up to the carousel.
Because he went to pick up the golf clubs himself.
Correct.
Didn't ask you to do that? Carry the golf clubs?
No. No.
All right, now you've indicated you drove him to the hotel. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You were driving.
I was driving.
So you were not watching him, you were watching the road. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
And there was a third person in the car, Shah Bombay?
No.
It was just the two of you?
It was just he and I.
And you had the radio on?
It wasn't blaring, but yes, it was on.
I mean, there was music on?
Yes.
You were listening to music?
That's correct.
All right. So were you trying to see if he had any injuries to his hands, his face, cuts or bruises?
No.
You had no idea that there had been two murders committed the night before?
Absolutely no. Absolutely.
And you had no reason to believe that he was injured for any reason at that time?
No.
So as you were driving the car, and I presume watching the road, correct?
That's correct.
You had very limited opportunity to observe his hands or his face. Would that be a fair statement?
Well,
Sustained. It's vague. Rephrase the question. Saltal
Right.
compound.
You were driving the car and you were watching the road. Is that a fair statement?
that's correct.
Were you looking to see whether the details of his hands, his fingers, or his face?
It is.
Okay, sorry. Were you looking to see the details of his fingers?
No.
Were you looking to see if he was injured?
No.
Now, I think you were asked by Mr. Douglas whether you recall seeing a Louis Vuitton garment bag in his possession that day.
Correct.
How big is a garment bag usually, sir?
Well, it depends on what you buy. Some of them are large, can be 4 feet, 3.5 to 4 feet in length, and others are short, basically the size of a coat, of a jacket,
And the length of a jacket, what was that, about 2, 3 feet?
approximately. Yeah.
All right. So the smallest it could be about 3 feet. Would that be a fair statement? Short, in length.
Yes.
And you said you did not recall seeing a Louis Vuitton garment bag in the defendant's possession on that day.
Not that I recall. No.
And you also did not recall seeing any cuts or bruises on the defendant's hand that day.
That's correct.
Now I'm going to show you a photograph that Mr. Douglas showed you. Carl, do you have it? Oh, it's
All right, Ms. Clark, you put up
That
people's...
is
Is it 120...
3? 123.
123.
All right, so we're showing you People's 123 again. Let me ask you a couple questions about that. First of all, the cut that you see there, do you think it's as long as an inch?
It looks like it. Yes.
Could it be as small as half an inch?
He's got pretty big hands. I don't know. Maybe.
Now, if you didn't notice a garment bag that's at least 3 feet high, do you think you would notice a little half-inch cut on somebody's finger?
Sustained.
Let me ask you something else then, sir. This photograph that you see before you here was taken in the afternoon of June the 13th. Looking at this photograph, can you tell us whether that is a reopened cut that had been suffered on June the 12th?
Well, I'm not a doctor.
Sustained foundation.
All right, you can't tell us whether there were any cuts on his finger on June the 12th, just that you didn't see any, correct?
That's correct.
You indicated he called you again then in the morning of June the 13th. After you dropped him off at the hotel, you heard back from him again at 8:25 Chicago time, correct?
That's correct.
That would have been 6:25 California time. Is that right?
Correct.
And how long was it after you dropped him off that you got that first call?
Oh, approximately 2 hours.
And how long did you speak to him that first time?
That first time was very short, 15 seconds.
Let me back up for a minute, sir. When you were at the airport with the defendant, you said all those people came over and asked for his autograph. Did he show any difficulty in signing the autographs?
Not that I saw, no.
And this golf tournament, was this part of his contract? This was an obligation that he had to Hertz Corporation?
No foundation.
Sustain.
If you know, sir, was the defendant back in June of '94 under contract with Hertz Corporation?
I'm really not sure.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, well.
You can answer the question.
I assume so. I assume so. That's really out of my hands.
Is the appearance at that annual golf tournament an obligation that he has to Hertz Corporation, to the best of your knowledge?
To the best of my knowledge, I would say yes.
All right, I'm sorry. The first phone call you had with the defendant at 8:25, he called you on your cell phone.
On my cellular phone.
How long was that telephone conversation?
15 seconds.
And the second call was how long?
A little longer, maybe 30 seconds.
All right, and the third call, you said it was about a minute, correct?
Yeah, about a minute,
And it's approximate.
approximately.
You said that the defendant was increasingly sounding frantic and desperate and upset.
That's correct.
The defendant is an actor, is he not, sir?
Argument is wrong.
Rephrase the question.
Do you know that the defendant has been in various movies?
Yes,
And you've seen him in those movies, have you not?
I've seen a few.
And you've seen him on television, haven't you?
Yes,
He's an actor by profession, is he not?
yes,
Had you ever seen the defendant before that day, sir?
never, except on TV.
Except on TV,
Right.
not on a personal level, correct?
No,
You have no way of knowing whether the frantic and desperate manner in which he behaved was an act or for real, do you?
Speculation, Your Honor. Argumentative.
Or will.
I have no way of knowing, no.
And would you not, let me ask you something, sir. If a man whose ex-wife had just been killed was acting nonchalant and blasé, wouldn't you find that suspicious?
Objection argumentative.
Sustain.
You spoke to him again on June the 14th,
Correct.
and he called you?
Yes, he did.
Where did he call you?
He called me at my office in Des Plaines, Illinois.
Now, you had never met him before June the 13th, is that correct?
That's correct.
Did it strike you as odd that he called you back on June the 14th?
In a way, yes.
Mr. Merrill, what city is your office in?
Des Plaines, Illinois.
Why don't you spell that for the court reporter, please?
Sure. DES, capital PLAINES.
Thank you.
Sure. I hope I got that right.
Nothing further. Thank you, Mr. Merrill.
All right, Mr. Douglas, any redirect?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Merrill, would you have described your interaction with Mr. Simpson before dropping him off at the hotel as pleasant?
Yes.
Objection, leading.
Sustain.
How would you describe your interaction with Mr. Simpson prior to your dropping him off at the hotel?
It was pleasant, relaxed.
Had he been short with you?
No.
Had he been rude to you?
Not at all, no.
Had he showed any anger towards you?
No.
Had he rushed you?
No.
Had he shown any impatience towards you at all?
No.
When Mr. Simpson called you after you dropped him off at the hotel, was he short?
Very.
Was he impatient?
Yes.
Was he insistent of you?
Yes.
Was he rushing you?
Very, yes.
Was he calling you repeatedly?
Yes.
When Mr. Simpson called you the next day, he apologized for his brusqueness, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He apologized for having rushing you, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
When he spoke with you on the 13th, did he tell you why he was so short?
I had asked the question.
Sustained.
When Mr. Simpson called and apologized on the next day, did he offer an explanation as to his unusual conduct the prior day?
He basically,
Yes, sustained.
He wasn't as short with you on the 14th as he had been when he spoke to you on the phone, the 13th.
Sustained. I
Was
think we got the point that he called to apologize.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, golf tournaments that Hertz gives frequently have executives attend.
yes,
There are celebrities that also come,
yes,
and it is expected that the participants will then play a round of golf.
that's correct.
Hertz solicits the assistance of others to help the celebrities and the other attendees.
Yes,
They have caddies to help on the golf course.
that's correct.
They have assistants to pick up.
Sustained.
Do they have assistants to pick up the luggage from the cars?
Yes, when we arrive at the outings, there's always people there to remove the bags and set them up on the cart, so you just basically go in and have fun.
So when Mr. Simpson placed the golf clubs into your car at the airport, that probably would have been the last time that he touched those bags himself.
That's
Sustained.
Oh, what's the practice of Hertz? Does the practice of Hertz have their corporate spokesperson reach into the trunk to pull out his own golf bag?
Objection, irrelevant, helpful speculation.
Overruled.
You may answer.
no.
What is the practice of Hertz?
Well, it depends on the golf course, but we want our people to show up and not have to do any work, to have some fun. We have people that will meet them curbside to pull the golf clubs out of the bag, if need be, and set them up on the cart.
And that is true of participants in the tournament.
Correct.
And that's certainly true of the primary spokesperson who is attending.
Absolutely.
Now, there were several occasions when you were with Mr. Simpson as he was interacting with others.
Yes.
He would sign autographs.
Yes.
Would he sign autographs by holding something in his hand?
Well, he would have to hold a piece of paper in his hand, obviously, to write it.
So there'd be the opportunity for you to watch the act of his signing the autographs.
Yes.
Was there ever an occasion when you consciously averted your eyes from watching his hands as he was signing autographs?
I was watching a lot of things.
You didn't ignore his hands, did you?
No, I did not.
But there was nothing about his hands that drew any attention to you.
Well, objection, that's leading.
Rephrase the question.
Sure. Was there anything about his hands that drew your attention?
Just the fact that they're big. Yep.
You did notice that he has pretty large hands.
Yes.
You watched him shaking hands.
Yes.
You watched him signing.
Yes.
You saw no cuts.
I saw no
Objection
cuts.
leading.
All right, the answer will stand because it's testimony we previously heard. Answer.
A moment, John. Thank you, Mr. Merrill.
Ms. Clark, anything further?
Just very briefly. Sir, in that June 14th phone call in which the defendant apologized to you, you'd never met him before June the 13th, is that right?
That's correct.
You're not buddies.
No.
You didn't know him anything.
No.
He didn't know you anything.
No.
Right.
Apology was nice.
It was nice, but not expected, was it?
No.
You were pretty surprised by that, weren't you?
Yes.
And a man whose ex-wife has just been murdered calls to apologize to you for being impatient. Didn't that strike you as a little odd?
Yes, I guess.
And he also talked to you about picking up his golf clubs in that same conversation. Is that correct?
Yes, we did have the conversation. It was initiated by me, however.
And then he followed it up, though. Asked you a couple questions about it, didn't he?
I told him that I wasn't able to get the golf clubs on that flight and that they did go on the following flight, and I offered the information on the baggage claim ticket.
Actually, didn't you actually tell him you were sorry that you couldn't get them to the airport on time, but that you'd sent them?
Yes.
And then he asked, no, are they being, you asked if you'd gotten them, and he said, no, are they being delivered? Isn't that right?
He had asked whether they were being delivered, whether I'd made arrangements for them to be delivered after they had arrived in L.A., and I told him no. I got them to L.A., and that was basically all I did.
And that was on the afternoon of June the 14th.
On the 14th, correct.
And do you know whether he immediately left his house and went to pick them up?
I have.
Sustain.
All right, now, you indicated it seemed odd that someone who didn't know you would call to apologize the following day under those trying circumstances for being impatient, correct?
Sustain.
It's foundational.
But that's the third time we've heard the question.
As someone who saw the defendant immediately before and immediately after the discovery of the murders, your testimony about his demeanor would be very important. Wouldn't you agree?
Overruled.
Yes.
And he would have an interest in being very nice to someone whose testimony could be so important to him.
Sustain.
I have nothing further.
He called you, Mr. Merrill, to apologize to you, correct?
Overruled.
Correct.
And then you told him about the arrangements that you had made for his golf bag, correct?
Correct.
Nothing further.
Ms. Clark?
I have nothing further.
Mr. Merrill, thank you very much, sir. You're excused. All right, why don't you take your cup with you there so we don't mix them up. All right, and Mr. Douglas, you have some exhibits up here that Mr. Merrill has.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Shapiro, who's your next witness?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. With the court's permission, we'd like to call Mr. Raymond Kilduff.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last name.
Raymond Kilduff, K-I-L-D-U-F-F.
Yo, we are burning through witnesses. Boom, 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 boom.
And Ms. Clark, can we grab the golf bag here? Mr. Wooden, would you grab that for us, please?
Hey, how am I doing? Am I doing okay? What do you think I should do next? Was his wit sharp?
Yes. Ms. Clark, Mr. Packer.
No. Why a sidebar? We didn't even start questioning him yet. Frustration. It's alright, I can fast forward it.
You may give in the class not pleading before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Please have a seat in the witness stand, and please spell your first and last names for the record.
Dave Kilduff.
Have a seat, please. Can we have the spelling of your name?
I'm sorry, spelling my name. K-I-L-D-U-F-F.
All right, would you just sit back and pull the microphone close to you there, please? Thank you. Mr. Shapiro.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Mr. Kilduff.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Good.
You've been waiting for 2 days to get on the witness stand here.
Yes, I have.
We apologize for the delays. You are from Chicago,
Yes.
and are you employed there?
Yes, I am.
What is your employment, sir?
The Hertz Corporation.
Were you employed in the Hertz Corporation on June the 13th of 1994?
Yes.
Is that date of any particular significance to you?
Yes, it is.
And what is the significance?
It was the date that Mr. Simpson came to town for the golf tournament.
And what was your job at Hertz on the 13th?
Division Vice President, Central Division Sales.
And what does that consist of?
It consists of, I handle 17 states for the sales, the corporate side of the business. In this particular case, we bring in our corporate customers from that area to a golf outing annually.
And did you have a particular duty in bringing customers to the outing?
Yes, I did.
And what was your duty on that morning?
Basically, ultimately, I'm responsible for it all coming together.
And did you have occasion to be in the area of a hotel where your guests were staying?
Yes, I did.
What hotel is that?
The O'Hare Plaza.
At some time in the morning, did you see Mr. O.J. Simpson there?
Yes, I did.
Where was he when you first saw him?
Sitting outside on a bench.
What time was it?
Approximately about 8:45 to 8:50, somewhere in there.
Would you describe for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how he appeared?
When I drove up, I saw Mr. Simpson sitting out there. I was surprised, one, because I thought he was asleep. He was obviously distraught. Once I pulled up, his hands were in his, put his hands in his face. like there was something wrong. I walked out, got out of the car first, went up, introduced myself. I had met Mr. Simpson 2 times prior, and told him I was from the Hertz Corporation, asked if he remembered me, and at that point, he stated he needed to get to the airport.
And did you respond to him after he said, I need to get to the airport?
Yes, I did. At the same time, though, I had 3 individuals with me. John Johnson, who's my boss, Jack Raynard, who was a customer, and Jim Hoy, who was a customer. John got out of the car and said, Juice, what's going on?
Sustained.
The people that were in your car, did they get out of the car?
Yes, they did.
And did anyone approach Mr. Simpson?
Yes, they did.
And was there some conversation?
Yes.
Did Mr. Simpson respond in any way?
Yes.
Do you recall what his response was?
Yes, he said,
Sustained.
Do you recall what his demeanor was when he responded? Was this to Mr. Johnson?
yes,
What was his demeanor?
upset,
What was his tone?
frantic.
And at that time, did you make an offer to Mr. Simpson?
Yes, I did.
And what was that?
To take him to the airport.
Overruled. What was the offer?
To take him to the airport.
And did he respond?
Yes.
What was his response?
He asked me to take him.
Sustained.
Did he get in the vehicle?
Yes.
What part of the vehicle did he get in?
Passenger front seat.
And you were the driver?
Yes.
Was there anyone else in the vehicle?
No.
How far did you take him to the airport?
Yes, I did.
And did you ascertain what flight he was on?
Yes.
And did you make any calls to see what time that flight would be taking off?
2. 1, 2.
Okay, you made 2 calls. And after making those calls, did you ascertain whether or not you'd be able to make an earlier flight than Mr. Simpson had scheduled?
I was not aware of any earlier flight Mr. Simpson had scheduled.
What flight were you trying to make?
9:15.
Were you able to make that flight?
Yes.
On the way to the airport, would you describe Mr. Simpson's demeanor?
Very much the same. Very upset.
What was his tone of voice in the car?
Upset.
Was he making any type of sounds?
Yes.
What type of sounds was he making?
Overruled.
He was moaning. Basically, he repeated a statement several times.
Did that statement express some type of distress?
Sustained.
What did that statement convey to you?
Sustained.
Did you have an occasion to observe anything unusual about Mr. Simpson's hands?
Yes.
And what did you observe?
That it was cut and bleeding.
Which hand did you observe that on? Do you recall?
Yes.
Which
The
hand
left.
was that? Did you notice any type of bandage on that hand?
Yes.
What type of bandage did you notice?
It was a regular, type of Band-Aid. I'm not sure.
And would you describe to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury the hand, the bandage, and the blood that you observed?
When Mr. Simpson was sitting against the wall, it was very sunny. I could actually see into the bandage because it was loose and it was very bloody. I could see the entire gauze area covered in blood.
Did you get Mr. Simpson to the airport?
Yes.
And did he leave your presence?
Yes.
Were you contacted by anyone? Who were the first people to contact you regarding what you observed regarding Mr. Simpson?
The Chicago police.
And when did they contact you?
3 days later, I believe
And
the 16th.
How many people, did you talk to someone eventually at the Chicago police?
Yes, the LA PD.
And how many people did you talk to?
2.
And for how long a period of time did you talk to them?
About 45 minutes.
And did you tell them substantially what you've told us here and told the jury today?
Not in this detail.
Did you later talk to anyone from police departments?
Yes, Mr. Hodgman, and I believe he had 5 or 6 policemen with him.
5 or 6 policemen?
Yes,
Where was this?
in my offices.
So Mr. Hodgman came to Chicago with 5 or 6 police?
Correct. It was a mixture of Chicago and LAPD.
And did you have an interview with them?
Yes, I did.
Did
With
they
Mr.
tape-
Hodgman.
Did Mr. Hodgman tape record this interview?
Not to my knowledge.
Were notes taken of this interview?
Yes.
And did you explain to Mr. Hodgman and the 5 or 6 police officers what occurred and what your observations were?
Yes, I did.
And was that substantially what you've told this jury?
Very close.
Have you seen a report that was prepared as a result of that interview?
Yes, I have.
And in that report, did that summarize what your statements were to this jury today?
As a summary, yes.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Dark.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry, what is your position with Hertz Corporation?
Division Vice President, Central Division Sales,
And you're responsible for sales over how many states?
17.
So you're an executive with Hertz.
Yes.
And the defendant here was the spokesperson for Hertz?
Yes.
Have you had any meetings at Hertz about your testifying in this case?
No.
Not one?
Not meetings. I've had conversations.
Have you had conversations with your higher-ups?
Yes.
Hertz Corporation is concerned about its image. Isn't that correct?
Objection, irrelevant.
Oral.
Yes.
And Mr. Simpson is the spokesperson for your company, right?
Mr. Simpson was.
If I understand your testimony correctly, Mr. Kilduff, when you drove up to the hotel that morning, the defendant was seated outside. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And when you first saw him, his hands weren't up to his face, were they?
When I first saw him, at some point, no, I don't believe they were. At some point, though, while I was driving, and I don't remember exactly when, he did put his hands in his face.
Are you sure that he didn't put his hands to his face until you began to approach him?
That's possible.
Okay. Isn't it true that he didn't put his hands up to his face until you said to him, "Remember me"?
No,
You ever tell anybody that?
not to my recollection.
Did you tell Bill Hodgman that in Chicago?
As I stated, not to my recollection.
And the cut that you saw on the defendant's finger that day,
Yes.
you say there was a bandage on that cut.
Yes.
And the bandage was loose, wasn't it?
Yes.
And the bandage was so loose that you could see the cut.
Correct, I could see him.
Do you know whether or not the defendant left the bandage loose so that you could see the cut?
I would have no idea.
It does.
Were you surprised that the defendant had a cut on his finger?
Yes.
And were you surprised that the bandage on the finger was loose as opposed to being tightly wrapped around the cut?
I actually didn't think about that. I was more surprised that Mr. Simpson was sitting outside there because I knew he was supposed to be asleep.
The bandage that you saw was not a Band-Aid, is that correct?
I thought it was a Band-Aid.
You testified a little while ago about having seen gauze on his finger, is that correct?
Yes, I did. I meant the inside part of the Band-Aid, the gauze part of a regular Band-Aid.
And how big was that Band-Aid?
I thought fairly large.
And what is fairly large?
About like that.
Show me again.
About like that. In fact, I thought that it possibly could be two. I remember thinking that because I thought it was, like one of the very large size
So the Band-Aid.
Band-Aids.
I'm sorry. You finished?
He made a gesture that I was not able to see. Can you give me an estimate?
About an
Show
inch
the-
and a half.
Thank you.
Now, at some point you saw the defendant fumble around with his bag, the black leather bag, is that correct?
That is correct.
And where was the defendant at that time?
Sitting on the bench.
And you could see inside that bag, couldn't you?
Yes, I could.
Have you spoken to Mr. Merrill about his observations of the contents of that black leather duffel bag?
No.
Okay. By the way, does this look like the bag to you?
By any chance, did he tell you that he did it? Did he just come out and say, "Guess what I did last night? You won't believe the night I had. You won't believe it. Here's what happened." Did he say that?
That's very similar.
Okay. Defendant's 1064, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you.
The bag was not full, was it?
No.
In fact, the bag was relatively empty, wasn't it?
Yes.
And that surprised you, didn't it?
Yes.
Do you know what happened to the contents of the bag?
No.
Speculation?
Well, you did talk to Mr. Merrill about his observations of the contents of the bag when he picked the defendant up at the airport, is that correct?
Rephrase the question.
Well, did you talk to Mr. Merrill, or have you ever spoken to Mr. Merrill about his observations of the contents of that black bag?
No. Not the contents.
Have you spoken to him on the issue of whether or not the bag appeared full to him when he picked up the defendant at the airport?
No.
Have you spoken to Mr. Merrill about the weight of the black duffel bag at the time that he picked the defendant up at the airport?
Don't recall.
At any event, when you looked inside the bag that morning, the bag appeared empty. Is that right?
Sustain. Rephrase the question.
It was empty for the most part. Is that right?
Oral.
Well, how empty or how full was it?
There were several items in there, but it, for the most part, was empty.
Now, the defendant got into your car, is that right?
That's correct.
And you took him to the airport,
Yes.
and on the way to the airport, were you able to observe his ankles and his feet?
No.
You ever look at the defendant's ankles?
Yes.
Was he wearing socks?
No, he was not.
He was not wearing socks?
No.
And the color of his shoes, what color were the shoes?
Black?
They weren't tan?
Not to my recollection.
Were the shoes boots?
No, they were not.
They were loafers?
Loafers.
They appear to be Italian loafers?
They appeared to be.
And when you arrived at the airport, the defendant got out of your vehicle, is that right?
Yes.
Did you know that the defendant has arthritis?
I did not know at the time.
Was there anything about the defendant's demeanor that day that caused you to think that he had arthritis?
No.
Other than the cut that you saw on his finger, did he appear to be suffering from any physical disability that you saw at that time?
No.
What did the defendant do after he got out of your vehicle?
I handed him his bags, told him what gate to go to, and he left. Went through the doors to his gate.
Okay. And when he left your vehicle, he didn't walk, did he?
He walked, but it was swiftly.
Didn't he run?
No, he did not.
You were interviewed by a defense investigator, is that right?
Yes.
Have you seen that statement?
I've seen the statement that was given to LaFall and Barris.
Didn't you tell that defense investigator that the defendant ran into the airport?
No.
Just looking for a clean copy. No objection if I could just show the witness my copy showing the last sentence of objection, Your Honor.
They're not willing to stipulate. Proceed.
Mr. Kilduff, let me show you a copy of a document. It's 2 pages. You see your name on that document?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and that's Raymond David Kilduff.
That's correct.
And it has your birth date and social security number and stuff like that.
Correct.
Is this a statement that was shown to you last night?
Actually, not last night. I received it probably a week ago.
Okay, and you
Or
read
Friday,
it?
I got it Friday.
Okay, and you read that 1 week ago?
Friday, I read it.
Okay. If I could direct your attention to the next page. Would you take a look at the last sentence of the statement that is attributed to you in this document?
I see it.
Okay. Doesn't that statement state that you told the defense investigator that the defendant got out of your vehicle and ran into the airport?
That's what that says. That's not what happened, though. He walked quickly. He did not run.
Well, when you received this document a week ago, did you notify the prosecution that there was an error in this statement?
No, I did not.
Anything else? Thank you, sir.
After your 2 interviews with the police from Chicago and Los Angeles, were you ever notified that you would be called as a witness for the prosecution in this case?
No.
You're here under subpoena,
Yes.
and you're here because you have been required to and have told the truth in your testimony?
Objections, leading, Your Honor.
How sure are you that on June the 13th, on the way to the airport, that you saw our client, Mr. Simpson, in your vehicle, and that he had a finger that was bandaged and that blood was coming through?
Objection, compound, and it's leading.
Overruled.
You can answer the question.
The way the question was stated, it wasn't in my vehicle when he was outside. I saw it, and there's no doubt in my mind that I saw it outside the O'Hare Plaza.
Thank you very much. Nothing further. Thank you for coming all this way.
Just 2 questions, Your Honor. Mr. Kilduff, it wasn't the cut on the defendant's finger that drew your attention, was it?
No, it was the blood on the bandage.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Kilduff, thank you very much, sir. You're excused. All right, Deputy Long, why don't you grab the cup there?
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
No, jurors are trying to summon the bailiff that they have run out of another pen.
That's a good sign,
Well, I think one of our jurors has 6 notebooks. All right, Mr. Cochran, Mr. Darden, are we ready to proceed?
Yes, we are, Your Honor. Mr. Mark Partridge, if the court please.
All right, Mr. Partridge, come forward, please. All right, please face the clerk.
Raise your right hand, please. You do solemnly swear that the testimony you may give in the trial not to be before this court, to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Please have a seat and witness standing statements for your first and last name for the record.
Mark Partridge, Partridge.
All right, Mr. Partridge, just sit back in the chair, pull the microphone close to you, please. Mr. Cochran.
Thank you very kindly, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Mr. Partridge.
Hello?
And can you speak right into that microphone for us?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Partridge, what is your occupation?
I'm a lawyer.
And how are you trained? What law school did you attend?
I went to Harvard Law School,
And when did you graduate from Harvard Law School?
1981.
And what kind of law do you practice?
I do trademark and copyright law.
And where is your office?
I'm in Chicago with the firm of Pattisall McAuliffe.
And you practice trademark law with that firm in Chicago?
Yes, I do.
Now, you've come to California to testify in this matter from Chicago, is that right?
Yes.
And you're testifying pursuant to a subpoena, have you?
I understand there's a subpoena. I've agreed to testify.
And you've agreed to come forward, and you're here today according to that, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been in California?
I came on Tuesday.
Would you like to go home soon?
I would very much, yes.
All right, let's see what we can do about that. Now, I'd like to direct your attention to the date of Monday, June 13th of 1994. Remember that particular date?
Yes.
Did you have occasion to be on a flight from Chicago to Los Angeles, American Airlines Flight 1691?
Yes, I did.
And why were you on that particular flight?
I was coming to Chicago for depositions in one of my cases.
Coming to Chicago or coming?
I'm sorry, coming to Los Angeles.
You're not usually a witness, are you?
No, I'm not.
Usually on the other end, right?
Yes.
Not as much fun, is it?
No.
May I approach, Your Honor? Your Honor, approach the American Airlines simulated Super 80 jet airliner and ask to mark this as defendant's next in order.
1247, this is the chart regarding American Airlines flight, was it 1691?
Thank you very kindly, Your Honor. I want to just have you ever seen this before?
No, I have not.
Can you just step down for just a second and see if you can familiarize yourself with this? This purports to be, if I might indicate, Your Honor, purports to be a Super 80 jet. This part here is first class in the front of the plane, Your Honor. This is right behind first class, what's called a bulkhead. I want to direct your attention to this diagram once you see it, and ask you whether or not you can point out generally where your seat was on that plane from Chicago to Los Angeles.
I was in this seat.
All right.
I guess that's 9E.
All right, and 9E is a window seat, is that correct?
It was next to emergency exit door.
All right. You see what purports to be an emergency exit door on this defendant 1247? All right. And you recall that, is that correct?
Yes.
And on that flight, do you know the name of the passenger who was in 9D?
Yes, that was Mr. Simpson.
That was the gentleman in this case over there, Mr. Orenthal James Simpson?
Yes.
All right. And he sat next to you, did he?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me.
What time approximately did this plane leave Chicago, comes to Los Angeles?
Approximately 9 in the morning.
And did you get on the plane first, or did Mr. Simpson get on the plane?
I was on the plane first.
That he came in and sat next to you?
He came in after I'd been seated a while, yes.
Okay. And you've already described for us you were at the right side bulkhead seat, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, when Mr. Simpson came on the plane, did you recognize who he was?
Yes.
Had you ever met him before that time?
No, never.
Can you describe for this jury how Mr. Simpson appeared to you when you first saw him come in the plane and have a seat next to you?
When I first saw him, he was dressed in a blue jean outfit, stonewashed blue jean shirt and stonewashed blue jean pants. And he came back to the seat next to mine. He was there. Also, there was another woman who had the same seat assignment. And so the two of them stood together for some time before he took the seat and before it was sorted out who would have which seat.
So as I understand it, there was some confusion as to who had that seat, 9D, Mr. Simpson or the other lady?
Yes, both of them apparently had the same seat assignment, and the stewardess sorted that out after a few minutes.
It was worked out after a while, and then Mr. Simpson sat there. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, and what did you notice about him? How did he appear to you to be at that point?
Well, at first he seemed to be upset.
All right. And how did you, what about him made you believe that he was upset at that point?
At that point he seemed rushed and a bit agitated.
All right. At some point, did he take a seat?
He did, yes.
And as he sat down next to you, describe for the jury how he appeared to you to be, from your visual observations at that point.
Well, he sat next to me. He had, he sighed heavily and looked up, closed his eyes.
All right. And to you, this appeared as though he was upset at that point?
That was my reaction, that he was upset about something.
All right. Now, did the stewardess, you know, when you take off on these planes, sometimes the stewardess sit in the seats and they sit backwards, kind of facing you?
Yes, there was a jump seat just in front of where Mr. Simpson was sitting.
All right. And was there a stewardess in that seat just prior to the takeoff?
Yes, there was.
And did she say something to Mr. Simpson?
Yes, she said something to the effect of bad way to start the week.
And did he respond?
Yes, he did.
All right, the fact that he responded will stand. Next question.
He did respond to that statement, is that
Yes,
correct?
he did.
All right. And did you see him at some point make a request for something, some water?
Yes, he asked for water.
Did the stewardess accommodate?
Yes, she was in the jump seat. She undid her seat belt and harness and got up and got him a glass of water.
Okay, and then what happened after that?
She also got him a bottle of water, and he drank the water. She sat back down, and then the flight was in the process of taking off.
All right. Now, you were sitting right next to him, and you had an opportunity to observe him during this time frame. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Now, at some point, the flight took off, and you're now in the air heading from Chicago to Los Angeles. Did you continue to have occasion to observe Mr. Lorenthal James Simpson?
Yes.
Will you tell us what you observed as you had your occupied seat 9E and he was in 9D?
Well, the next thing that happened after the takeoff was that he asked for the telephone, and the stewardess helped him get the telephone that was, I believe it was in the seat behind that I was sitting in. Because we were in the bulkhead, there was not a telephone there. So she helped him get the telephone from the seat back, and he made a telephone call.
All right, now, and you were sitting real close, and did you hear at least his part of the telephone conversation?
I could hear some of the telephone call.
Okay. Now, did he make more than one phone call during the course of this
During the
flight?
course of the flight, he made quite a few phone calls.
Did you have occasion to look at Mr. Simpson's hands as you sat there next to him on this flight?
I did see his hands, yes.
You describe for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what you observed, if anything, regarding his hands. You see any Band-Aids at any point?
Well, initially, I saw that there was a cut on the knuckle of his left hand.
All right, is that which you're pointing to the knuckle of your left hand, this middle finger that I'm holding up here?
Yes, it was the knuckle of his ring finger.
All right, and you could observe that?
I could see that,
All right.
yes.
And did you see anything else with regard to that at that point?
Well, at that point, no.
All
Later, I saw that it was wrapped in what appeared to me to be paper towel from the restroom.
All right. The time you saw him, did you ever see a Band-Aid or a gauze or anything around that?
No, only the paper towel.
All right. Now, did you at some point say something to Mr. Simpson?
After he made the first phone call and continued to sigh, I said something to him again like,
Well,
Sustain.
I would, it's enough of taking off proof regarding this aspect of it. Let me ask another question, foundationally. Did you make a statement to him with regard to what was happening in his life and what was happening to him at that point?
I did make a statement to him, yes.
And in that statement, did you inquire about, well, let me finish the question. Inquire about what was happening with him? You can't tell us
Yes.
the statement quite yet, so, Your Honor, may I ask one further? Thank you.
Let me see you decide forward.
Thank you. made a statement to Mr. Simpson.
Yes, I did.
And without telling us what you said to him, did he respond? And can you answer that yes or no?
Yes, he did.
And in his response, did that give you some idea what had happened in his life, information he just received?
Yes.
All right. So then you then had an idea of what was going on in Mr. Simpson's life at that point. Is that right?
Yes.
And with regard to his state of being upset or distressed, did that condition continue on as you moved westward toward Los Angeles?
Yes.
Did you have further conversations with Mr. Simpson?
Yes, I did.
And did the subject matter of those conversations relate to someone who was very near and dear to him who had been killed or murdered?
Yes.
What subject matter?
Sustained. The answer is stricken. Proceed.
All right. The subject matter of these conversations dealt with what was troubling Mr. Simpson. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Overruled.
And did that continue to occupy much of the conversation that you had with him on your flight west? You can answer that.
Yes, it did.
All right. And how long was that flight coming west?
4 hours approximately.
And during this period of time, did you see whether or not Mr. Simpson drank any of the water that he was given at the outset and any additional water?
Yes, he drank water throughout the flight.
And do you have an estimate of how much water you drank?
Probably a small Avion bottle, and he may have had a second.
All right. Maybe possibly two?
Yes.
All right. Did you see him go to the restroom during any of this time frame?
Yes, he went to the restroom 2 or 3 times.
Did the subject matter of any children that Mr. Simpson... Let me finish the question.
Sustained.
Can't finish it?
Sustained.
Did Mr. Simpson continue to appear distressed and distraught as you described?
Yes, he did.
And can you describe or give the jury a word picture as you watched him sitting next to him of how he appeared to you to be without giving us any conversation?
Well, as I said, he sighed heavily several times. He made a number of phone calls, as I said. It seemed to me he was trying to get information about...
Sustained. Next question.
Did, in the course of these phone
Josh,
calls, you
let's
could hear
call
at
in
least
sick
his side of
today.
the conversation, could you not?
Let's not go
I
to
could
work.
hear some of what he said, yes.
Just kidding.
And after these phone conversations, did you get an impression that additional information was coming to him based upon what you heard him say without telling us what it is?
Sustained.
All right. In the course of your conversation with Mr. Simpson, did he tend to discuss with you greater details after these phone conversations?
Overruled.
As the flight went on, I learned more details from the things he told me, yes.
All right. And so after a while, without telling us what it was, you had an impression of what had taken place in this man's life
Yes.
at that time.
Overruled.
Now, did the subject matter, did you at some point tell him what your occupation was?
No, I did not.
I did.
Well, let me correct that. He asked me, and I confirmed that I was a lawyer.
All right. Were you acting like a lawyer, looking like a lawyer?
Perhaps. I had legal documents with me that I was working on.
And at some point, did you have occasion to give or loan Mr. Simpson a pen, fountain pen?
I did, yes. He asked to borrow my pen.
Did he, during this flight, strike that?
I've been too busy.
Did the condition of his being upset and distressed continue during the flight?
Yes, it did.
Now you'd never met Mr. Simpson before that time, had you?
No, I had not.
You know that one of his occupations, professions, has been he's an actor. You understand that, don't you?
I understand that, yes.
Did he appear to you to be acting as you observed him there?
Overruled.
You give me an answer.
No, I thought the way he was behaving was very sincere.
Now, even though he appeared to be very distressed and upset, did someone approach him and ask him for an autograph that you observed?
Yes, during the flight, someone passed him a note asking for an autograph.
And did he respond to that?
Yes, he took the paper and gave the gentleman an autograph.
What was the paper that came on?
I believe it was an airplane cocktail napkin.
As he did that, did he still appear to you to be upset and distraught?
Yes, that was consistent throughout.
And did that trigger some kind of a thought in your mind when this happened?
Yes, it did. I thought what a nice man this was to be doing this, having heard what I had heard about the tragedy that was affecting his life.
At some point, you reached Los Angeles International Airport.
Yes.
Had the state of distress and distraughtness that you've talked to us about, had that remained throughout the entire flight?
Yes, it was consistent through the flight, as I said.
Did there come time for you all to get off that flight?
Yes.
And do you recall whether or not, which of you got up first to leave that particular flight, 1691?
He was up first and got ahead of me in the queue leading out of the plane.
And from from the queue leading out of the plane, did he at some point turn around and say something to you?
Well, there were several people.
Can I answer that yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
And could you see his lips as he was in front of you?
Yes, I could see his lips.
And did he thank you at that point for your help?
He turned back, and what I could see him saying was thank you.
Did he then leave the plane?
Yes, he did.
And as he left that plane, did you see him anymore that day?
No, I did not.
Presume you went on about your business that day, did you?
I did, yes.
And you didn't see him when he left at that point, right?
No, as I said, he was ahead of me in the line leading out of the plane, and I didn't see him when I was off the plane.
Did you at some point, just 1 second here.
Madam Reporter.
Now, you described for us how the conversation went while you were on the plane, the information that you gathered over the period of the flight. And you've told us that you're a lawyer.
Yes.
And based upon those kinds of things, did you at some point
I have off
feel that
tomorrow.
you should give Mr. Simpson some advice? You can answer that yes or no.
Yes.
And did you at some point give him some advice?
Yes.
And what advice, if any, did you give him?
Sustained.
I'd like to be heard on that, Your Honor. I think I can phrase it another way, but I'd like the court to hear a brief offer regarding that.
All right, well, we're going to take a 10-minute recess at this point in any event.
I had it in
Sidebar. All right, Mr. Partridge, you
top,
step down, come
and I
back in 10
missed
minutes.
all of
All
Maria's
right, ladies and gentlemen, we're
comments.
just going to take a brief comfort break, 10 minutes, and we'll be back in session. All right, let me see counsel.
And Ronald Goldman, correct?
That's not completely correct. No, I didn't.
No? You were not observing him closely because you knew about the murders?
Sustained, rephrase the question.
You made very careful observations of Mr. Simpson's conduct, is that correct?
I would say reasonably so, yes.
And of his physical condition, correct?
Yes.
And you were doing so at least in part because you had learned of the murders of Ronald Goldman and Nicole Brown, correct?
I can't answer that yes or no. It's not completely correct. It's partially
It's
correct.
partially correct.
Yes.
That was part of the reason you were observing him very closely, correct?
Partially so, yes. By that I mean some of that I knew and some of that I didn't know.
You knew that something big had happened, correct?
I knew that his ex-wife was dead initially, and during the course of the flight I learned that she had been killed. And toward the end of the flight I learned that another person, a man, had been killed as well.
And so you learned early in the flight that his ex-wife was dead, correct?
Yes.
And that fact, knowing it, and you knew it was a recent event, is that right?
Yes, I understood it had just happened.
And that caused you to pay very close attention to his physical condition and his demeanor, correct?
It caused me to pay attention to him, but mostly what it caused me to do was be, I don't know, concerned about the situation.
And that concern caused you to observe him very closely, correct?
As I said, reasonably so, yes.
And you observed at that time, because you were observing him closely, that there was a cut on the middle finger of his left hand, is that right?
I remember that it was a cut on the knuckles of his left hand. And I recall that it was the ring finger, or middle finger.
And there was no bandage on that finger at the first time you saw it, correct?
I'm sorry, I said ring finger, I'm getting mixed up here.
Middle.
I mean middle finger,
Right.
yes.
And there was no bandage on that finger the first time you saw it, correct?
The first time I noticed that there was no Band-Aid, that's right.
And it was not bleeding, was it?
It was not, I didn't see any blood, no.
Later, you saw him wrap it in a paper towel, correct?
Yes.
So at the first observation of it, it was not bleeding, and then later on, it seemed to be bleeding, is that right?
I never saw any blood.
Didn't you tell the police that you saw blood seeping through the paper towel after he'd wrapped it with a paper towel?
No, I never said I saw blood seeping through a paper towel.
Let me show you a copy of your statement, sir. right, sir, I'm showing you a form that says statement form on it. Do you see your name in the upper left-hand corner?
Yes, I do.
Mark Partridge.
Yes.
Date of interview, October 6, 1994.
Yes.
Now I'm going to direct your attention to the page that contains the narrative and show you this paragraph that I'm pointing to here. I previously shown to counsel.
Yes.
Do you see the statement there?
Yes.
And does that statement indicate that you told Detective Crossley that the defendant had wrapped a paper towel from the restroom around the finger because blood was leaking out?
I don't know that that statement indicates that that's what I said. That's what is stated here.
You have no recollection of ever saying that.
No, I didn't say that.
Then is it your testimony that you never saw that finger bleeding on June the 13th?
I never saw any blood, that's right. I saw that the finger was cut and somewhat raw, but I didn't see any blood coming from it.
Did you see whether there was more than one cut on that finger?
It looked to be kind of a jagged, raw cut. I couldn't really say if it was more than one or if it was just a rough cut that was, as opposed to a sharp, straight cut.
So you could not tell whether it was more than one cut? Yes or
As
no?
I recall it, it's as I described. I could not tell if it was more than one cut.
Thank you. And if it was more than one cut, you could not tell whether both cuts were received at the same time, correct?
That's certainly correct.
And the notes that we're speaking of, you gave those notes to the defense first, is that right?
Yes, I did.
You did not give those notes to the prosecution until Detective Crossley contacted you in October, is that right?
Yes, I gave them to the prosecution after I was contacted by Officer Crotsley.
In fact, that wasn't until December of 1994, isn't that right, sir?
I sent them to Officer Crotsley in early December, yes.
Now, you indicated, sir, that someone asked the defendant for an autograph during the flight, is that right?
Yes,
And he gave it to them, didn't he?
yes.
And you indicate that the defendant drank water throughout the flight?
Yes,
And that one of the first things he did when he got on the plane was ask for water, is that right?
that was one of the first things, yes.
And then after the plane took off, he immediately requested a telephone, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And the first phone call he made, could you hear who he made that phone call to?
Sidebar, please.
Okay. We're only 1 minute early. We're fine. We're fine. Whew. We made it through another day of OJ, guys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We went through how many witnesses today? 4? Felt like more. Could have been more. I don't know. It's time to get to work. Time to go make some money so that we can do this again tomorrow morning. I hope that you guys have a great day. Go do something nice today. Except to that one girl. Don't be nice to her. Anyway, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Bye, guys.